What's going on, reefers? Blaine here. Today we are in the retail store with Colson, one of the sales associates. We're going to be walking through, picking up a brand new pair of fish for the Innovative Marine 15-gallon. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and walk through and check out what's going on in the store.
Let's do it.
We've gotten the chance to check out the retail store. I wanted to ask you though, Colson, we're trying to figure out the first saltwater fish we're gonna add into the Innovative Marine. What would you suggest for anyone that's setting up a nano tank, what their first fish should be?
I mean, I've set up a lot of nano tanks. We have a lot of great options. You could always go with the classic barred clownfish. Gobies are another great option. They're one of my favorites for sure. They're just bouncing around the rock and all that. And then you could also go with a like cardinal, like a bengai or pajama cardinal would be pretty cool. Maybe get a couple of them schooling in there.
Right on, sweet. Well, let's go check out the fish wall, see if we can find something and try to grab something up for the Innovative Marine.
Let's do it.
Sweet. While perusing the fish wall, we stopped in the invert section. I have to say it's one of my favorite places in any local fish store. You can find a lot of really cool corals, cool inverts, and really cool nano fish. When I stopped over on this section of the wall, I found this really cool Nephthia piece that I'm gonna end up grabbing, bringing along with as I pick out a fish and we take it over to the Innovative Marine. All right, we've walked through the entire fish wall. You've shown me a bunch of really cool nano fish. We've broken it down. We have two pairs of clownfish we're looking at. There's the black storm pair, and we also have an orange storm pair. Colson made a really good point though, why we think we're gonna end up going with the orange storm pair clownfish.
Yeah, I mean, the tank just has like a black background within the studio. It's a little bit dark in there. I think just having an orange clownfish to pop on that background would just be a better decision.
I think so too. So really excited to finally have a couple fish coming into that tank. I know we had the mollies in there before, we've swapped them out, and now we're gonna move forward with a nice pair of clownfish. So let's go ahead and have Colson bag these up and we'll get ready to go.
Let's do it. All right, now it's time to grab the fish.
Last you guys saw this system, we actually didn't have a light over it, but currently right now we're running the A500 by Kessel along with one of these magnetic diffusers as well. Without the diffuser, it's definitely way too much spread over this tank, but with the system now and adding in the diffuser, it's the perfect little spread. I'm really interested to get a par reading for you guys and check out with this rock structure, this very unique rock structure, what kind of par we're getting throughout the system. So wanted to give you guys an update of what light setup we ended up going with for this system. As we talked about in our cycling video, we want to start adding in cleanup crew as we start to see algae popping up. We're starting to see some diatoms down in the sand bed, so we're going ahead and going with one of these conchs to add into the sand. We don't have anything in right now that can clean up the sand bed, so I thought this would be the perfect resident for our cleanup crew when it comes to cleaning up our sand. All right, we have our fish here now. We're gonna hand it over to Colson and he's gonna go over our acclimation process here at Top Shelf Aquatics.
So here at Top Shelf, we like to drip acclimate our fish. I'm gonna be using this drip acclimator. Usually we just go double the amount of water they're in, and this will just make it a less stressful process for the fish. So you're not just throwing them straight in the tank and shocking their system. They'll get used to the water before they go into their home.
While we're acclimating our clownfish, just like Colson talked about, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of the cleanup crew to our system. At my tank at home, I've been lucky enough to have a bunch of my stomatellas start a breeding population. I have probably hundreds of baby stomatellas in my tank at home, so I thought, why not bring in roughly 5 to 6 little baby stomatellas and toss them into this tank so they can grow up and then help out with a little bit of the diatom battles going on in the tank. All right, now let's get the storm clown pair in. All right, the moment of truth. Let's get these clownfish into their new home. Yay! If you're gonna be adding any corals to your system, you're gonna wanna do your due diligence and do your dipping. So for this one, we're gonna be utilizing the Coral RX. This is the same coral dip we use over in the farm and in the retail store. So we're gonna go ahead and put this Nephthia through a dipping process. Once it's done with the dip, we'll go ahead and get it into the tank. All right, we're done with the dip on the Nephthia. What we're gonna be doing now is I wanna dip it in some fresh salt water so that way we're getting off any rest of the dip or any of the dying off pests or pest algae. So we'll go ahead and finish off the dip, and then let's go ahead and find the perfect little area to wedge this into. I've been eyeing this spot right about here. I think this one will be the perfect look for it. Nice. Before we wrap things up on adding in new livestock to the innovative marine, I jetted back to the retail side and snagged up a few trochus snails for the tank. Bagged these guys up, and then we headed straight back to the studio to acclimate, and then we added them in. All right, and just like that, we've got the first pair of clownfish, we've got a new piece of coral, and we have some added in cleanup crew. I wanna say thank you to Colson for walking me through the retail store, checking out and talking about all the different kinds of nano fish, so thank you so much. Any last words before we send off?
Yeah, if you guys would like to see anything else in this tank, like fish-wise or anything like that, make sure you comment below. I think we can get some pretty cool things for this tank.
I agree. Well, thank you guys so much for watching all the way till the end. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future uploads.